What's going on, YouTube? It's KB Baby here, and today we've got some breaking news for you. Again, breaking news everywhere we go. And that, of course, being that Pokimane has recently been banned for, get this, watching Avatar: The Last Airbender. Yes, folks, I'm finally going to be covering people on Twitch watching just straight up television and expecting that to, end up well, For some reason, I can't see that going well, considering that the platform that is, of course, Twitch, cracked down on, copyrighted music like 6 months ago-ish, maybe a little more, and, that kind of blew up in, like, all these streamers' faces, right? Why they would, tempt fate again is beyond me, but I do think it's interesting, the story that being, so I wanted to go over it for you. So, without further ado, let's just hop right into this. Keemstar, I got this from like a couple sources, but I think Keemstar's tweet is just the best because, Pokimane's banned. Simple as that. 2 out of 10. Of course, referring to the infamous 2 out of 10 meme that was spawned from Keemstar and, later adopted by Leafy's here, of course. She has been banned for copyright. I'm pretty sure this is only going to be like a week, if that, maybe a couple days, because of course Twitch is an incestuous platform in which they have monetary incentive to basically not apply the rules equally, and it's a really horrible platform. I have plenty of videos on my channel talking about all of my problems with it. It's well documented that I don't like this site, so if you want to take that as a piece of bias going forward, you're more than welcome to. And I wanted to go over some people's commentary, I guess, on the situation. Obviously, I'm not going to show you footage of Avatar: The Last Airbender, but you'll see a screenshot, I think, later on that basically shows her doing it. So, and she's already come out and said it. So, again, moving on. Beau, a person who Pokimane has a troubled history with, might I add. If you don't know the lore, Beau is a person that just reads tweets, kind of like myself, but he's more unbiased. He doesn't really have much in the way of... He's more... I was about to be very mean and say he doesn't really have a personality. And to be fair, I do think he's kind of he doesn't strike me as a person that has opinions. I feel like Beau intentionally puts himself in a place where he doesn't really have to have an opinion about anything, which, fair enough, that's fine, honestly. But for some reason, he got into it with Pokimane about 3 years ago, because Pokimane copyright striked him that. And that's extremely ironic considering how, as you can see from the screenshot, Pokimane, my webcam might be in the way, but Pokimane is currently watching Avatar: The Last Airbender. And of course, this second screenshot is just of her being banned from Keemstar right here. Now, if I believe correctly, Beau, I think just read tweets, might I add, or maybe played a couple seconds of her content on Twitch, and she striked him later on, I think, for because he had critiqued her, and of course, this was in the commentary community, at least, not perceived very well. She later backtracked, and relinquished the strike, but it's still, I think it's funny, given her track record with copyright, why if she would be upset by this. And I don't know for a fact if she is or not, but if she is, that's pretty funny. So, moving back to Beau, he says, normally I wouldn't be laughing about someone getting banned, but for Pokimane, the ban is temporary, so she should be fine. The irony it's for copyright is too funny not to laugh at. Again, I don't harbor any bad feelings towards her, and I wish her the best, but lol, ha ha ha. Yeah, Beau, whenever he has an opinion, it has to be the safest one. Beau has no opinions unless they're safe. And don't get me wrong, there's plenty of people like that. In fact, it's good having people that are rather neutral on situations covering them. However, I'm not like that because I think it's really funny. But I like being entertaining as possible. And I think if I was kind of, fence sitting, that's the kind of the word I was looking for. He's kind of... Beau strikes me as a fence sitter, unless it's a really safe opinion, in which case he might lean to one side or the other, right? I like being opinionated, biased. I think it makes for much better content. And to be fair, me and Beau do completely different things. So I think it only makes sense, in all honesty. Moving on from there, Pokimane stating that the Fire Nation attacked. And, of course, you've got the streaming community all going around their queen. I'm being slightly hyperbolic, but earlier I did say that I think the Twitch community is incestuous, and I think I actually do stand by that. And to be fair, that could be like a whole video in its of itself. It could even be a video essay. God, I can't imagine myself doing video essays. That would be incredibly sad. But I do think it's a bad precedent to watch television on Twitch. That, for some reason, I can only see that like going poorly. I wouldn't be surprised if this stuff like this happening would lead to Twitch really cracking down on this stuff and basically having a YouTube system for copyright. And the YouTube system is not good. It basically just allows everybody to not everybody, but copyright holders or people that work for the copyright holders to basically abuse the system and kind of extort money or out of people for either long periods of time or just flat out. And I think that's really upsetting. And it would be really bad for Twitch streamers. Of course, these people are all stacked, they're rich to high hell. But, for the little man, the little guy that these people claim that they are in support of, I feel like that would be awful for them. But, again, this is all opinions that are kind of a little too off subject. So I'm going to kind of keep them at the wayside unless, they get relevant with the tweets that we're about to see. So, Moodhar said, if you get a channel strike watching licensed content on a live stream and it gets taken down, it really shouldn't be surprising at all. Like, you can't watch whole TV shows and movies without consequences, and I think that's fair. In fact, I want to show this meme. Twitch users watching famous people do nothing for 8 hours. This is something that I want to include, and it's like, being a Twitch streamer, at least at the highest level, I have to imagine is really easy. Of course, you always see these clips because they get shared around the most because they're the most controversial. Obviously, it makes sense. But you'll see like people like Hassan Piper literally just like, bro, and that's like their reaction to like the content they're watching, and it's hard to sell that as being hard. And these are not like people that do this for like a couple minutes during a stream. Sometimes this is like half an hour, hour long segments of like a 6 or 8 hour stream. That's like almost 10% of your stream basically dedicated to someone else's content. It's like not even like an 8 hour job for these people. It's like you're basically stealing this content. And they would argue, and this is very important to how people I predict will defend this, is like, people weren't gonna watch it anyways because we introduced it to a new audience. And to which I would say to that is, if that's true, wouldn't you see a noticeable decrease in your amount of viewers that are watching you because, again, they're not interested in that content? It doesn't really make any sense, in my opinion. Because basically, again, you're basically saying, no, they're not interested, it's me that's making it interesting. But if that's the case, then I don't know. I feel like that train of logic just has so many contradictions buried in it that you could find with content that's on their channels already. And once you start to think about it for more than a couple seconds, it kind of falls apart. Augie had this to say, and he says, I called Pokey's ban an hour before it happened, and Leafy came back. Yeah, we're back. Yeah, Leafy came back. I'm going to keep that on the down low because I don't want him banned. So, again, I'm going to keep it on the down low. I'm not going to talk about that much. Aside from this, obviously. And I want to end this video, I guess, on Nicholas the Oreo, who, again, my clone, I'm a spawn of him, etc., etc. He says something that I agree wholeheartedly with, and that's that Twitch streamers reacting to live TV is going to atomize the platform. Well said, sir. I agree with him basically 100%. If you want to react to like not Twitch content, TV, television, mass produced stuff like again, television shows, movies, anime, all of that shit, you are taking money away from very powerful people, very big industries, and they're not going to take that lying down. You don't need to be a snitch, I guess, for people to have a problem with that and for companies to slowly start taking more and more action. Like, these people are kind of like creating their own personal hell by focusing on the here and now and not like the future, I suppose. And I don't want to like grandstand and like moral like F with you, right? But it's like, dude, you can't do this shit because it's going to ruin the platform for not only yourself but other people. And it was this mentality that which basically demolished all of these streamers' backlogs. For those, again, mentioned this at the beginning, but people used to be able to play copyrighted music on Twitch basically without a care in the world. But again, time came and Twitch implemented tools that gave power to the copyright holders that atomized the platform. Almost all the streamers had to either go through every single stream they did, or take it down, or they had to filter out that music, which was obviously impossible because some of these people were streaming for 2 years, 3 years, 5, 6 years. It's crazy. That's not an expectation you can just place on people. And of course, the results were pretty obvious. So I think this is going to be a situation that the situation, as I'm referring to as like copyright on Twitch, I feel like we're going to see some, sooner or later, if this keeps up, we're going to see some pretty big companies wanting to get in and ask Twitch nicely to basically, hey, deal with these people that are stealing our shit, or we're going to sue you, and it'll be your problem. And I don't think it's going to be good for the Twitch community. So with all that being said, I think I've said all I've wanted to on this situation. I don't expect to do another video talking about Twitch streamers just reacting live to content, unless it's, a specific video on a person to, bash them, because again, this isn't really a new thing. Twitch streamers have been arguably stealing YouTubers' content, in particular YouTubers' content, for years now. In fact, it was like Nicholas Diorio, the tweet I last mentioned, he had a video talking about and critiquing Hassan Piker about a year and a half ago. So yeah, it makes sense that this is still an issue, and people are still upset about it. So I guess that's all I gotta say. I've been KB Baby. God bless your soul. Stay rad. Don't be radicalized. And yeah, I'm signing out. Peace.